Hi, welcome along to Barbecue Life, where great barbecue doesn't cost a fortune. Today we're going to feed a family of 5 for under a fiver. So today we are doing some beautiful, simple smoked meatballs in a tomato like marinara style sauce, and we're going to be cooking that on the Aldi Kamado. And as I said at the beginning, this is a cook that we're going to be able to feed 5 people for under a fiver, because it doesn't have a lot of ingredients. Most of them are store cupboard ingredients, and your main ingredients that you're cooking with don't cost an absolute fortune. So to begin with, we want to start off with a kilo of beef mince. So this is 12% fat that I've picked up from Asda's, but anywhere between 10 and 15%, depending on what supermarket you are going to, is ideal. And this costs you about £3.50. So we've still got £1.50 left for the rest of the budget. So I've broken this up into loose pieces just across the chopping board, and we want to be adding some flavour to this. So we want to go in with some salt and some pepper and some thyme and some oregano. So these are nice Italian flavours. You've got your salt and your pepper in there that we would have as standard, but the oregano and the thyme just help lift the flavour of the meat in an Italian style. So we just want to put that, dust some of that across the top, about a teaspoon of each of the herbs, and then just work it through slightly, and then to start forming our meatballs. So we want meatballs about the size of a golf ball. So I managed to get 21 meatballs out of this packet, which is a bit annoying, so I wanted 20, but we ended up with some rather large ones at the end, so it needed making down to the 21. So with these, we're just going to let these chill out in the fridge for about an hour, and this helps them form and keep that shape by chilling them. And while we've got them chilling, we can get our Kamado lit. So we've just got some Texas Club charcoal from Kamado Kings sitting in the Kamado itself, a couple of wax Woodies, get them lit. And we're aiming for an ambient temperature of about 150 degrees C on this cook. So as you can see, once we've got the ceramic all warmed up, the bottom vent is about a finger width at the bottom, and it's just under half open at the top. And this, with that charcoal in today's conditions, is giving me an ambient temperature in the barbecue of 150. So just remember that these are a guide. Different charcoals are going to burn at different rates. If you've got a windy day or a wet day, you're going to need your vents slightly different, for depending on what your ambient temperatures and weather conditions are like outside. So once we've got that temperatures dialed in, we want to set up for a indirect cook. So we've got our deflector plate in there. Now I like to put that in right at the beginning as things are coming up to temperature, because if you let all your temperature come up to 150 and then you put your deflector plate in, you're more likely to crack it. So I put it in as I'm warming things up, and it brings the temperature up slowly. And as I've said before in previous videos, I'm on the original heat deflector for this barbecue that is now coming up, well, it is 3 years old now. Warm it up gently, set up for 150 indirect. We get our meatballs out of the fridge, and we're just going to place these on the grill grate directly above that deflector plate, and that gives us a nice indirect cook at that 150. We want to leave them on there for about 20 minutes, and after that 20 minutes, as you can see, the fat's starting to drip out of them. They've got a bit of a colour on the outside, and we just want to turn them over. The bottom might be slightly browner than the top, with that heat radiating up through from the deflector plate. So we get them all turned over and shut that lid back up for another 10 minutes. And after that, these are cooked enough. They've got a nice flavour on there. If you wanted a real deep smoky flavour, you could add smoking wood at the beginning, but just enough of the smoke just from the charcoal, because these are quite small, delicate little meatballs. If you added a lot of smoke at the beginning, then they're going to be extremely overpowering. And I can assure you that just the smoke from the charcoal is enough to give them a beautiful flavour. So they've had a total 30-minute cook time, and we want to take these off, put them on a plate while we start to make our sauce. So I've got this paella pan I picked up from Amazon years and years ago. There's a link in the description for that, so that you can pick it up. It is an affiliate link. All of the products from Amazon down below are affiliate links, so I do get a small kickback to the channel at no extra cost to you, and it does help fund the channel further. So we've got that paella pan on there. I'm going to go in with a little bit of oil and a diced onion. So I've diced this up really small off camera beforehand, because I don't want big chunks of onion sitting in this sauce. We want a nice smooth sauce. So we're just going to put that in and fry that off just for a few minutes until it starts to go translucent. Then we're going to go in with a couple of cloves of garlic. So I've got a garlic crusher or press, whatever you want to call it now, to save dicing them up. So just going in with them couple of cloves of garlic, stir that through. You don't want to leave that in there too long, because if you get too much colour on the garlic, it will go bitter. So just be nice and gentle with that, stirring it through before we can break that fry when we add our tomatoes. So I'm going in with 2 cans of tomatoes. Now what I've done with these is I've drained a lot of the juice out of the can, because I don't want a really juicy sauce. I want the tomatoes to sort of mush down and give me a rather thick sauce. I've just taken the lids off, put my hand over the top, tips them up just to get some of the juice out, squeeze them a little bit to get the juice out over the sink, and now we're going to add them into the pan just to break that fry. Mix them onions and garlic through, and then we're going in with a potato masher. So just mash them tomatoes down, and it helps break them down, gives us a thicker sauce straight from the beginning. We don't have to wait ages for the cook to break them down. The masher gives us some bigger pieces and some smaller pieces, and it gives us a nice texture across this sauce. So now we want to go in with some more herbs. So we're going in with exactly the same as before: bit of salt, bit of pepper, and some thyme and some oregano. So get that through, mix that in. You can also add a bit of Worcester sauce here if you wanted to. I didn't today, but it is a nice addition. What I did add today is a nice splash of red wine, and it just really gives this sauce a little rich flavour. And I've also added some chilli. So I added that at the point that I added my garlic earlier on, and I forgot to say. So we've just got a small amount of chilli in there. I don't want too much heat because the kids don't like too much heat. If you want a more of an arrabbiata style tomato sauce, then feel free to add more chilli. The chilli is complete personal preference as to how much you want in there. So this is starting to bubble away, and we want to get our meatballs back in. So we're just going to place these around a pan, making sure that we've got plenty of room all around, and shut that lid down and leave it for about 20 minutes. Now this lets the sauce really start to bubble. After 10, if you want to check it and see if you've got a hot side and a cool side, I did have that. I had one side bubbling more than the other, so I'll give it a twist. And then we just want to leave it in for another 10 minutes to give it that 20 minutes total. At that point, spoon some of the tomato sauce over the top, or turn your meatballs, whichever is easiest for you. I'd started to spoon it and then decided that turning them was probably better. So we give them a turn, and at the point we turn them, then we want to go on with some cheese. So I've just bought some mozzarella cheese slices from the supermarket, and I've taken each one of them slices and I've cut it into 4 little quarters, and these sit nicely just on top of your meatball. So you can just lay 1 piece of cheese on top of each one, and then everybody's going to get the optimum amount of cheese ratio per meatball with the tomato sauce. I shut that lid down for another 5 minutes, and the steam coming off them tomatoes is really going to melt that mozzarella over the top, and it's going to look absolutely fantastic when you open that lid. After that 5 minutes, we are now cooked. Your meatballs are completely cooked through, your sauce has thickened up, and it's really starting to look like a perfect meal. And we've done all that for under a £5. So we split this meal tonight. Myself and the wife, we had it with some spaghetti as sort of a meatball spaghetti tomatoey pastory dish. But the kids have been on about meatball subs for ages. So we've got no taste test tonight, but you have got some pictures of us dishing up and the kids eating. And as you can see, there's a really look of ecstasy on my son's face as he's biting into his meatball sub. And it is a fantastic cheap midweek meal. You can get yourself out on the barbecue. You're not using a lot of charcoal, you're not spending a lot of money, because money for everybody is incredibly tight at the moment. So if we can get some meals that are about £1 a head, then everybody's a winner. So if you like what we're doing here at Barbecue Life, then please do subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you like the video, leave me a comment and let you know what you think. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers.